Well, after much reflection and inner searching, I've decided it's time for me to come clean and admit my mistakes because I've made some bad mistakes in this hallway. I'm just not happy with where this hallway is, the direction it's going in. And so I think it's time for a massive about face in the renovations in the hallway. So this is the hallway on the first floor. This connects the 4 bedrooms that are on this side of the house. And when I arrived, it was just a really rough, pockmarked, uneven walls on both sides. And if you guys saw those videos, I spent ages filling in the holes and the unevenness with putty. There is probably this much putty on this wall because this is the one that was really uneven. This one is relatively more flat, although still not great. And then I painted this lavender color. And I am now really leaning in a different direction for this hallway for several reasons. First, even with all the work I did with the putty and the smoothie and the multiple coats and the sanding and all of that, you still really see an unevenness in the wall. You guys can even see it just here. You see all these shadows and how uneven this wall is, and it's driving me a little bit crazy. Secondly, because I had to do so many coats of putty to try to smooth it out, the putty is already getting little hairline cracks. It's not a structural problem. It's gonna stay on the wall, but just if we just paint in this area, you're gonna see some little cracks, and that is not great. Also, I feel like we need something a little bit fancier in the hallway. You guys know that when I have a small room, like a bathroom or a little nook or a hallway, I really love to go strong choice with the colors, with the patterns. And to be honest, I'm just a little bit bored with this lavender color. Also, it's almost the same lavender color that we have right here on the other side of this wall in the garden bedroom. And I don't like it being too matchy-matchy with any of the bedrooms. So here is the revised plan for the hallway renovation. It's wallpaper. I found this wallpaper and I just love it. I think it's so beautiful. It's a little hard to show you guys on the camera because part of the beauty of it is the subtleness of the gold pattern. And it's the way it reflects the light that comes from the window down there. So I just really love this paper. So this is gonna be the new look for the hallway. It's still pretty light. So it's gonna make the hallway still seem fairly big, but it is gonna be a more bold choice because I love a bold choice in a small space. However, I don't have the answers to a few questions in my new master plan yet. The first question that I don't know the answer to yet is, should this paper go all the way up and down the walls, or should it stop 2/3 of the way down for some more faux wainscoting? I'm not sure. So I'm gonna, first off, to determine what I wanna do, I'm gonna take a couple of rolls and just unroll them a little bit and tape them at the top so I can see how the paper would look going all the way from the ceiling to the floor and decide if it's too much or if it's just right. The other question that I'm really uncertain about how to proceed with, I will show you guys right now. So the problem that I really am not sure what to do about is baseboards. These are the baseboards that are here now. They're the old ones. I've not done anything to them. And first off, they come away from the wall, which is not great. Don't like that. Secondly, in places, they don't go all the way down to the floor. Also not good. Thirdly, I have not tried to sand them yet, but there's just a lot of places in this area where there's little nicks and bumps and cracks and imperfections. So even though I could probably sand down this part to be pretty flat, I don't know how successful I'm going to be trying to smooth out this. It just seems like a lot of work for an imperfect result. So I think the thing I'm gonna have to do is replace this baseboards. On this wall, it's not such a big problem because this wall is relatively straight. However, if we look around the other wall, down here at the end, there's a massive curve, as there always is in this house. So obviously it is possible to put a baseboard around the curve since someone has done it here. But am I capable of doing this? I don't know. Could I do a baseboard to here, try to continue it on until the curve stops, and then just do like a fake painted baseboard? I don't know. That could be another option. But I guess my plan is gonna be remove these baseboards and do the wallpaper and then figure out what to do about them after the wallpaper is done. Another issue is the sconces on the walls. These sconces are so beautiful and I really want to keep them. I love them. However, you can see that the wire from the sconce actually goes into the wall. So while I can remove the sconce itself, it's gonna not have a lot of space between the sconce and the wall. I also need to clean the sconces because I just did a terrible job of puttying around them. They're covered in putty and paint. So I guess what we'll do is I will try to remove it. I'll turn off the electricity to it, obviously, and then try to remove it and then try to just like squish the paper up underneath there and then try to clean it in place. The good news is on the other sconce, which is just down here, the wire is not inside the wall. Not as aesthetically pleasing, but much easier for work reasons. So this one will be a lot easier, hopefully. I also need to remove all of the wire casing. I'm gonna have to replace that wire casing because I painted it purple, but that's a fairly straightforward job, so that's not too bad. I didn't really realize until I said all that on the video how much work there is to do in here. The good news is that all 4 bedrooms on this floor are like 90 to 95% finished. And so that means that once this hallway is done, then almost all of the first floor will be finished. This is kind of the last disaster zone. The bad news is that we have guests coming to stay. My cousin and some of his friends are coming, but I won't be here. Like I have today and tomorrow, and then I won't be here before they arrive. So it's got to get done fast. So I'm going to dive in and just get to work. I guess the first thing I'm going to do is hang up the wallpaper so I can decide how much wallpaper we want to use. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, now that I see it in place, I think that floor to ceiling all the way is the way to go. I was worried that that would be too much, but actually now that I'm looking at it, I feel like if it stopped here and we had a faux wainscoting on the bottom, like actually that would be too much. And this is actually simpler. So that's good because it simplifies my life a lot not to have to do the faux wainscoting. So yeah, let's go full on. Let's go floor to ceiling with this gorgeous, gorgeous wallpaper that I am obsessed with. Time to mix up some glue, and of course, the best way, in fact, the only professional way to mix up wallpaper glue is to measure your water in empty wine bottles. which of course means that you have to drink all the wine first. It's not a choice. It's really an obligation to doing this well, this job. This is for a fruitier, drier wallpaper glue. And then of course this one is going to be a sweet or an oakier wallpaper glue. I'm going to do a quick little side project. It's really part of this project, but I'm planning ahead. I've learned from my ways, and I'm planning ahead. This is the other section of the hallway. So if you guys remember from the first videos on this channel, originally this main section of the hallway, which is the part that I'm wallpapering, was the actual hallway. And then this doorway was the doorway to a big bedroom that's where I'm standing now. So just to show you guys what I'm talking about, this is the original hallway. That doorway at the end is where it used to open onto a bedroom, but we built this extra wall here that's still in progress to section off that bedroom so that this bedroom over here could have its own doorway and not be railroad style. So we've got this little extension of the hallway down at the end right here. So what I'm thinking is that probably I should do this extension of the hallway in the same wallpaper to give the hallway a cohesive look and make it look longer and just match. But like every room in this house, we've got the dreaded, evil textured concrete. I hate it. It is my nemesis for many reasons, but one of them is that when you put it under certain wallpapers, you can still see the texture poking through. It's horrible. So to see if that's going to be the case with this wallpaper, I'm going to do a very small test piece just to see what the situation is. I will take this piece off as soon as it dries a little bit. I just want it to dry enough so I can see what it's going to look like in the end. To determine if I need to smooth this wall with some putty or something before I try to wallpaper over it. So we don't even really need to do the whole piece, I guess. Just enough to have a decent sized section that is glued down. So there we go. Yeah, it doesn't look good, guys. I'm worried because even just now, I think on the camera even you can see there's some texture that you can see through it. That is not good. And the other thing is the light in this area is all coming from the window that's right there. And that means that if there's any light hitting it, it's going to accentuate the texture because of the shadows. I'm going to have to smooth this damn wall, aren't I? Another one. Oh yeah, when I look at that from the side, the texture is really bad. Well, we've reached the point where things are about to get a lot more complicated because I've wallpapered up to here. I need to continue on, and to do that, it's time to remove the sconces, which are my only light source in this hallway. And as you guys can kind of see from the video, it's getting dark outside, so I'm not getting the light from the window anymore either. I don't want to call it a night yet, but I have a plan, which is this. So this company, Hi Chica Tools, they contacted me because they'd seen this channel, and a couple weeks ago they contacted me and asked me if I wanted to try some of their products working here at the house. And so I said, yeah. So they're sending me a few different products to test out. This is the first one that I've received. This is, ironically, the perfect thing for this moment. It's the LED light that is meant for lighting up the space where you're working, having enough light to use your other tools safely. So this is the perfect time to bust this out and give it a try. All right, so this looks like a pretty serious light. It's quite small, which is good because I don't have a lot of space in here. And I believe it's 120 watts. It's also waterproof and dust proof, which is definitely good for this situation because things have gotten a bit dusty. So looks like I've got some instructions. Guess that's the base. Oh yeah. This is going to be just the thing, I suspect. Looks good. Oh, I love that it has a little handle. That's going to be very useful. Let's turn it on and test it out. All right, I've got it all set up on its little feet. It's plugged in. Let's turn it on and see how the light is. So here's a before shot of the light in the hallway from just the sconce lights. And whoa! Oh my God, it's like the surface of the sun. Wow! That is so much more light than I expected. Oh my God, when they said super bright, they were not kidding around. It's much more bright in here than it was when the sun was up outside and I had a giant window with sunlight coming directly in it. This is incredible. This is a game changer, guys. I'm gonna actually be able to see what I'm doing when I work at night. I'm so happy. Yes. All right, all of the wallpaper is up, and I even started to put back some of the plastic casing for the wires, but it's just so complicated. And to be honest, we might move some of it because I don't really love where it is now, especially now it's more visible with the wallpaper. So that's going to be a project for another day. But I'm heading to bed because it is late and I am tired. And I will check back in and show you guys the end result with the daylight and the full glory of this beautiful wallpaper tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is the next morning and the sun is out. It's a beautiful day and I'm ready to go down and see what the wallpaper looks like in the daytime. Let's do it. Dun, dun, dun. Well, this is anticlimactic. I didn't put two and two together in my head that the hallway would be this dark if it didn't have electricity going to the sconces. So in fact, it's actually harder to see the wallpaper right now. But when we get the electricity hooked back up, we'll have a final reveal. And to be honest, that might be an even better reveal because at that point, we'll have the wallpaper all the way down to here. And we're going to build a window seat under that window. So that's going to be really great. So hopefully when we do have a well-lit reveal of the wallpaper, then it's good grief, it's dark in here. Wow, I did not realize it'd be this dark. Then this hallway all the way down to the end there will be one cohesive look with the same wallpaper, the same type of floor, and everything just being harmonious and corresponding. Well, it was an anticlimactic reveal, but the wallpaper is up, and I do really love it. I do, even though I can barely see it. I really love it. And I think that was definitely the right choice. I think trying to make the paint work would have been an ongoing process that would have taken a huge amount of time and effort, and just it never would have looked as smooth and finished as the wallpaper does. And the wallpaper looks so beautiful. I think this was really a good decision. Finally, a good decision in the hallway. Anyway, with that, I'm going to let this video go for the day and move on to something else. And just before I do that, I'm going to say, please do subscribe. If you've not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. It's the best way to make sure you don't miss any step in the process here at Everdeen. Please also do a thumbs up because that is very, very helpful and supportive of the channel with YouTube and all the mysterious ways of YouTube. And a big, big, big thank you to our patrons. Thank you guys so much for being patrons and supporting all the work we're doing here, including the wallpaper. And if you're interested in becoming a patron and getting bonus content and being very highly appreciated for your support, then please do follow the link that's just below this video. That will lead you to our Patreon page. So please consider that if you feel so inclined. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the work for today, and I will see you guys next time.